Tens of thousands of Australians have joined a global call to arms for climate action.
They flooded the streets of the major cities, many of them school students, ditching the classroom to protest.
Australians banding together, joining 150 countries in a global fight. Our cities shut down as tens of thousands of people marched for immediate climate action, many of those our youngest citizens.
In school, I'm learning about the effects of climate change and I'm learning that we need to do something, yet I'm seeing that the people in charge and the people who are running our country aren't doing anything. To me, this is confusing.
They swarmed the streets of Sydney, marched through Melbourne and Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth locals joining the call to arms as well, demanding the government do more on climate change and stop mega mines from starting, including the controversial Adani Carmichael coal mine in central Queensland.
It is actually good for the economy as well as good for the planet and regional communities to invest in clean energy. That's where the jobs are. That's where the profits will lie.
We have three demands. Our first is no new coal, oil or gas, including the Adani Carmichael mine. Number two is 100% renewable energy and exports by 2030. And our third demand is fund a just transition and the creation of jobs for fossil fuel workers who will be impacted by the climate crisis.
Around 2,000 companies gave the green light for staff to take Friday off to march, thousands of students skipping school as well.
School students, however, should be planting trees rather than skipping classes. State Education Minister Grace says while she agrees that students should be allowed to protest, they should be doing it outside of school hours.
Well, I think these sorts of rallies should be held on a weekend and where it doesn't actually disrupt business, it doesn't disrupt schools, it doesn't disrupt universities. They should hold these sorts of rallies and people are free to speak their mind, but these sorts of protests should be held on a weekend when people are free to go there. I think it's just a disruption.
In just a few days, world leaders will attend the United Nations Climate Emergency Summit in New York. Prime Minister Scott Morrison, who's currently in the US, won't be attending. Brendan Smith, Sky News.